changes everything, and nothing in the world will ever be the same. It was dark, strangely and eerily dark that very first morning of the week, the darkest night of the soul. The night that seemed as though it would never end. The night that all the hopes and the dreams, all the desires for something new and something different were extinguished. The candle had gone out. All that remained was the faint hint of smoke that trailed upward into the sky, into the night, an offering of some as yet unknown sacrifice to the world and to God. Something deep within, a wellspring of love, compelled her to return, drove her to the spot where it all had died. She had to come back. I had to come back. We all had to come back to see it again for ourselves, to smell, to touch, to taste, even if only to dig around in the charred, hollowed-out remains of sweet, fragrant hope. After all, how could that kind of love that knows no bounds, so suddenly and so swiftly be gone? It just had to be there, somewhere among the ashes. If nothing else, we have the body, the remains, our way forward. The only way is for us to go and to be with love at the place that we last knew it to be, to the tomb that contained it, that bounded it, that locked it up, so that at the very least we might hold on, to remember what it felt like to know that kind of love. Imagine our collective surprise when, along with her, we see that the only thing that we thought was left, the only thing that we had to hold on to, the precious remnant, was gone. I thought it was as dark as it could possibly get, and yet it seems we're driven even deeper into darkness. All, and I do mean all, was lost. And then it happened. In an instant, an Easter instant, the darkness that drew the boundaries was split. The night ended. From this time forth, forevermore. Tears of sorrow are suddenly transformed as she is transfigured from utter despair into unbridled hope, from death to life. In that instant, as her name crackles like electricity off love's sweet lips. Mary! Love calls to her. Even before breath can spring forth from her lungs through her vocal cords, her heart leaps and cries out, "Yes, yes, here am I, Lord. Here am I, love. Thank God you found me yet again." Tears of joy flow as Mary realizes in that instant that love has not died. It simply cannot die. That day on the cross. The reality was and is that love that day was born again. That same love that stooped down from heaven, conjoined to us that other dark night so very long ago. Emmanuel, God among us, was born again that day on Calvary. Oh, empire, silly, silly empire. Do you seriously think that you can nail love to a tree, thereby causing it to cease to be? You should know better. We should all know better. Mary knows better. Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up. How can you be so cocky and so confident? Because, my beloved, love changes everything, and nothing in the world will ever be the same. Don't hold on to me. You can't grasp love any more readily than you can hoard the air that is in your lungs. You have to exhale. You have to let it out. You have to unleash love on the world. Don't hold on to what was, because truly I tell you, the former things have already passed away. They're not there. I am not there. I did not sleep. Love never died. Love never dies. Love will never die. How many ways can I say this to you? Love, the great I am, is with you always unto the end. God among us, Emmanuel. And so we remember that every time our name crackles like electricity on love's lips. Christopher, Scott, Phyllis, Justin, Flo, Richard, John, Brandy, Dennis, Rebecca, Helen, Larry, Stephen, Randolph. Names float up to heaven like beautiful, fragrant incense ascending to God's very nostrils. That exhaling of love, of life breathing out into the world, is the paradigm shift. It is the new reality. Evil tries every single way that it can to extinguish love. And yet it finds every single time that it is simply not possible. Do you think that a fire in an 850-year-old building can destroy love? Do you think that bombs in churches or mosques or shootings in schools can destroy love? Do you think that the hate-inspired burning of churches in the South can destroy love? Do you think that white supremacists or neo-Nazis can destroy love? Do you think that planes flown into buildings or people deprived of food or shelter or clothing or even life itself can destroy love? Do you think that cancer or Alzheimer's disease or even death itself can swallow up love? If so, I have good news for you. Great cathedrals, monuments to love are rising all around us, in our hearts and in our minds and in our bodies and in our spirits. They're rising in as many and varied ways that love is being exhaled, released, let go even now into the world. They're rising in all the ways that you and I meet evil's paltry force in the world with love. For I am about to create new heavens and a new earth. The former things shall not be remembered or even come to mind. But be glad and rejoice forever in what I'm creating. For I am about to create Jerusalem as a joy and its people as a delight. No tomb made with human hands can ever contain love. Our God will not be contained. And that, my sisters and brothers, is why we too, as of today, can now stare into the grave with Mary and rejoice with all confidence and all assurance as we sing, Alleluia, 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 Christ is risen. The Lord is risen indeed. Alleluia, Alleluia, Alleluia.